Hello guys, this is Stalish and I'm bringing you another VOD here. I have been doing a couple of TVP build order VODs for you guys and uh, on a request from the people on the forum thread, but I felt it was time to make another TvZ build order VOD here now. Um, as you noticed, I do a lot of build order VODs where I don't play versus an opponent, I just show the build order, and I think this is it's very important that you know the build orders before you look at the in-game VODs, because then you can relate to what I'm doing in the in-game VODs. So when I'm finished with all the build order VODs that I'm gonna give you, then I'm gonna start recording in-game VODs where I practice these um, build orders in a real game versus a real opponent, and I think that's a good way to start. Well, you can tell me what you think about that in the thread later. I'm not doing that many TVT um, build order VODs or game VODs for that matter, because TVT, well, frankly, it's not my best matchup. I think maybe TVT I would be like B minus or B on iCup, and well, I don't think maybe that's enough to create VODs and tell you guys what to do. I know like one fact expansion into vultures and stuff like that, but I'm not the expert there, so I'll stick to TvZ and some TvP for you guys. Um, this build order I'm going to show you here is one of the best build orders ever made. I call it, and my friends call it, the A-Yu-Mi build. I don't know if he's actually the guy who created it. It's a Korean named A-Yu-Mi. He played iCup like one season ago. I think he plays this season as well, and I think he took like a rank A or something, and he did this build order constantly versus Zerg, and this is one of the easiest and one of the strongest build orders versus Zerg ever made. And I've actually optimized the build a little. I don't know if I had the right build order from the beginning from my friends or something like that. Maybe A-Yu-Mi does it this way, but when I learned it, I didn't do it exactly this way. But I've optimized it for you guys, and I hope you're satisfied with it. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about the build here now. You start by making the supply depot at 9 as usual, but then instead of making 11 racks, make 10 racks. So you don't wait for your supply to finish, you just make the racks as soon as possible when you're on 10 supply. And then you keep making SCVs, and you add your supply depot on 15, early 15. And then you keep making Marines and SCVs, and after your second supply is finished, you're gonna want to make a CC as soon as possible, but you make the CC when your third marine is building. So you don't make just one marine and expand. You make one and two, and then you start making three marines, and then you take your SCV to your expansion. When you have about 300 minerals, you move him to the expansion, and he will arrive in the correct time. And you will take your expansion on 20 food, 20 supply, and then you add your you keep making SVs and Marines during this whole time, of course, and then you add your third supply at 23. So that's very key, because you really need to be able to make SVs and Marines at all time here in the beginning, and this will make you rather safe versus the 9 pool, and also versus the normal pool timing, because you have 10 racks, and 10 racks is pretty safe versus those stuff, because obviously if you 9 pools, you have to change your strategy. But anyway, when you have 29 food, that's when you're gonna take 3 SCVs and move them to a mineral line in your expansion, and then stop them when they are at your macro mode, and make 4 barracks. That takes 450 minerals. So basically you make, after one marine pops at that time, you wait and you make the barracks, and then you keep making marines. And that's the hard part, because at the same time as you make those barracks, you have to transfer SVs to your expansion. So make the barracks and then transfer as soon as possible. And then I make actually a mistake in this VOD. I make a supply depot, my fourth supply depot, before my refinery. You should add your refinery on 35 and supply on 37, and I do it the other way around here, and that's wrong. Anyway, you add your academy on uh, 38. And when you add, right before you add your academy, that's very important. Right before you add your academy, you stop making SCVs. You cut SCV production altogether, because then you will afford to make the academy and exactly 4 SCVs. I mean 4 Marines when the barracks are finished. Okay, and then make a supply at 44, and at 40, I think 48. Yeah, around 48 you will feel when you have cash enough. Then you can start making SCVs again, so there will be a very short SCV cut, and produce Marines all the time until your academy is finished. As soon as the academy is finished, upgrade Stimpack immediately, and then upgrade, build 4 medics. In this VOD I had like just enough to make 3 medics, and then I have to wait a little to get the 4th medic, but you won't have to wait like that if you do the proper build order. As I said, I made my refinery a few seconds late in this build order. Anyway, when you have those 4 medics, that's when you move out and you attack your opponent. And this this build is an extremely good counter to the 3 hatch muter build, because yeah, I will tell you more about the build order on teamliquid.net in my thread later. You can check out the build order. Now I'm just going to talk that you arrive at his base at 6 minutes and 50 seconds with your troops, and that's exactly 15, well, almost exactly 15 seconds before his mute is going to pop. So you will have time to break his sunken line, and the Zerg has to either make more sunkens and skip making mutas, or make no more sunkens and wait for his mutas, and either way they will be up too late, and you will have 24 Marines and 4 medics there with stim. So basically you will be able to defeat players much better than you. And after this, you take your gas in your expansion, and you add factories and barracks, and eBay should be made when you move out and take range and stuff like that. So